First question, and y'all can do this along with me. Which of the following functions is a power function? So it's important to remember here that we're going to be looking at something that has the form f of x equals a times x to the b. It has two parameters, a and b, and those are the only two parameters. It has to fit this form of a times something raised to the bth power. So a lot of people put that 3t squared plus 5 is a power function last week. That's actually not true. This is not a power function. This is a polynomial. And the reason is this plus 5 business doesn't have anything to do, doesn't fit the form we're looking for. We're looking for a times x to the b. But what we have to be careful about is to look for exponents that we might not normally write, but that are there. So if you look at r of x equals 2x, last week no one voted for this being a power function, but it actually is. So m of t is a polynomial, not a power function. But r of x equals 2x is a power function. Why is that? How does that fit the pattern that we've established power functions should have in terms of their formulas?
It's 2 times x to the first power.
Yeah, this is 2 times x to the 1. So even though the 1 usually doesn't get written out, it's still there. And so that matches the form 2 times x raised to the 1. That looks like a lightning bolt, but it's supposed to be a 1. So the code, I see someone asking, what's the code for this assignment? It is CKT9SU. Somebody got it, great. Any thoughts, questions, or comments on that of just matching up the formulas?
For m of t, even though it's a polynomial, not a power function, can you still use the power rule to find the derivative?
Yeah, so that's an excellent point. So a polynomial is, so if you said f of x equals x squared, that matches the form of a power function and a polynomial. Because it matches the form a times x to the b. A polynomial, if you want, and this is something we need to talk about anyway, so now's a good time. A polynomial is a sum of a bunch of power functions. But they're power functions of a special type. The powers have to be non-negative exponents. And y'all have seen polynomials before, both in this class and other classes. So if you have a polynomial, you can totally use power rule because you're adding up a bunch of power functions. And so we can combine power rule and sum rule and constant multiple rule to find the derivative. For instance, if I were looking at g of x equals 5x cubed plus 7x plus 15, that's a polynomial.